The Persons with Disability Act of 2006, Act 715, mandated that all public buildings become accessible to people with disabilities within a 10-year period. Unfortunately, this deadline has passed and several public structures still remain inaccessible. The irony lies in the fact that the judicial system responsible for upholding the law operates within buildings that fail to accommodate those with disabilities. A private legal practitioner with physical disabilities has expressed frustration with the ongoing struggle to access the courts, vowing to take legal action against the Chief Justice if necessary in order to address the structural inadequacies, particularly within the Supreme Court building.
If you go to the Supreme Court, the entrance to the building, the Supreme Court, take note, also houses the Court of Appeal. So we have the Supreme Court courtroom, and then the chamber of the Court of Appeal Criminal Division, and then Court of Appeal Civil Division. These are also in that building. Now the entrance, the main entrance, has stairs. And the stairs are old-fashioned, if you look at them well. They are very strong, but they don't have banisters. Banisters are the things we hold when we are climbing stairs. They don't have banisters. In addition, the stairs don't have ramps where anyone using a wheelchair, a person with disability in a wheelchair, can be driven or can drive himself on the ramps. So that building is not friendly, because if the building is in a state that a section or a cross-section of members of the society cannot use it, then the building is not friendly.
Lawyer Ntosu has criticized the absence of intentional efforts to incorporate disability-friendly measures into public buildings.
Unfortunately, the problems I have raised are not being solved, and the laws are clear. So I want to explore that option. So I actually stated that, and I need to give the Office of the Chief Justice notice that I'm going to court. I'm not just interested in sending the Judicial Service or the Chief Justice to court. It is an anomaly I want to be corrected. It's a defect on the structure. It is not, I don't have delight in going to court. My delight is to ensure that the defect is corrected. So I need to notify the office that if after this period, this defect is not corrected, then I have no option than to go to court. Then the court will order Judicial Service to do the right thing. Maybe that one they will listen.
Despite some construction companies attempting to include features for persons with disabilities, these efforts often fall short due to inaccurate specifications. A case in point is a school building under construction in Kwabena, where ramps have been included. However, the public relations officer of the Ghana Society of the Physically Disabled has highlighted the inappropriate design of these ramps.
Public building at least should be able to follow the accessibility standard codes. The code has specific dimensions for everything. If you want to talk about even the room, how the wheelchair can move into the room, the size of the wheelchair. You want to talk about the ramp, the size of the ramp itself, how steep the ramp should be, and then even the material that you are using for the ramp. All these things are in the accessibility standard codes. Like you are seeing behind me, they've done ramp all right, but it doesn't follow the standard. Climbing in will be difficult, or even when you climb in a little, you are likely to even to come back to reverse. Yes, so like I'm saying, even with the ramps and with everything, there are standards to it. And though they have done something, we call it reasonable accommodation. This one, at least they've done well. They've been able to bring something in, but it is still not enough. That is, if you are looking at being specific with the codes.
This same building, so if you wanted to go upstairs to the next floor, how would you go upstairs? Because I don't see anything friendly to someone sitting in a wheelchair.
Thank you very much. So you could see for yourself. This is even a new building which is yet to be even commissioned. And so you could see they've done staircase all right. And so if you are a full wheelchair user, then unless somebody carries you up, if your office is at the top, somebody will always have to carry you up there and then bring you down every day. So that is you are seeing the challenge yourself. It's a huge challenge.
The officer even offered a demonstration to the news team to showcase the challenges faced while navigating such structures.
Oh, I will.
You see, so it will be difficult if I move. I'll go backwards unless you hold it. Okay. If the person is not using electronic one like I'm using electronic one, for instance, it is likely to the person will be difficult to even move the arms. If you are doing manual chair, it will be difficult because the person will have to move and the person may reverse. You see, because you are behind me, that's why. Otherwise, I would have gone down by now. Yes.
The Persons with Disability Act states that service providers failing to offer necessary facilities for accessible services commit an offense, potentially leading to fines or imprisonment. Local assemblies are now urged to mandate modifications to all public buildings, both old and new, to ensure equal access for disabled individuals.